Okay, so welcome to the Mental Health Wellness Fair with the AA&CC Employment Peers. My name is Clay, and I'm an AA&CC Employment Peer.
Hi, my name is Jessica, and I'm also an employment peer coach at the AA&CC.
So we're going to give you some tips and advice about how to unpack your job search stress. So the first thing we're going to talk about is dealing with job rejection. The thing to remember with this is it's not the be-all, end-all. The right opportunity does exist. It's just going to look a little bit different nowadays or take a little bit more time. Some things to consider is that, first of all, don't take it personally. You're not the only one going through this, as we are currently living through a pandemic. And so the job market is not the same. There's different demands now, or some things are on hold. Given that, it gives you the opportunity to take a moment and reflect on your strategies or review your job document. So that means looking over your resume, maybe even building new skills that you haven't had before, updating your cover letter if needed, or practicing interview skills. You could also consider going outside of your comfort zone for jobs, because you never know what other opportunities are out there and that you may actually enjoy. Also, don't be afraid to try again. Nowadays with companies, it's not like they're going to remember who they rejected and who they didn't. So definitely take the opportunity to try again at a later time. Some resources that I want to share with you that could be helpful in terms of your job search is the AA&CC. So we offer services to help with resume reviews, cover letter reviews, and interview tips. You can feel free to book an appointment with us on CLNX. Also, the health and wellness is always there for you to reach out for any health concerns that you may have. Also, just a fun little fact, rejection actually tends to make you more creative. That's what research has found. So another thing that is really important to keep in mind is to maintain your self-care. Now, as searching for a job, especially nowadays, can be super stressful, it's important to do things that will maintain your self-care. So this looks different for everyone, and it can include doing different activities or even talking to someone. And so there will be a resource made available later, but basically it's the Kids Health Phone self-care checklist, and they offer many great resources, tips, and advice about how to do this, or it's just like a reminder to actually maintain self-care, especially during stressful times.
Okay, so moving on to our next topic, which is handling job search burnout. We're just going to share with you some tips and tricks to combat the fatigue. So starting right off with signs of job search burnout, there's feeling overwhelmed or stressed even by the simplest tasks. There's also poor health. This can be physical health or mental health, but poor health can also be a sign of job search burnout. You might find yourself in a constant state of anxiety, worried about everything and everyone. Another thing might be you might be feeling easily irritable and frustrated. And last thing, you might just have a lack of social interaction. You might be avoiding social interaction because it's too draining, but a lack of social support or avoiding social gatherings can also add to your stress. And then afterwards, we have ways to avoid job search exhaustion. Firstly, you can always set a daily time limit. Don't spend all day searching for a job. Instead, allocate a specific amount of time to the job hunt and stick to it. Next thing, you can always treat yourself when you've completed your job searching for the day. Reward yourself in the end. And another thing that you can do is surround yourself with success stories. In addition to your own wins, you can learn about the wins about other people and hopefully help motivate you along this journey. And lastly is keep a running list of wins. Note even the smallest positive moments. Therefore, when you fall into a bad mood, refer to your list of wins for a pick-me-up. Next thing we have is staying connected, especially at our campus, University of Toronto, Scarborough. So there's always the study together session. If you're taking a class, a course with a peer, just studying together is always beneficial. Bounce ideas off each other and help motivate and support each other along the way. Next thing we have is the peer-to-peer drop-in. So it's offered through the Health and Wellness Center, and there's opportunities to talk about online learning with other peers who are specifically trained to provide mental health support. The third thing is definitely office hours. It's a great opportunity to build connections with professors, ask questions, and just simply introduce yourself. And lastly, we have the group chat, like Messenger on Facebook. You could basically contact other peers in the same courses and once again, just stay connected. And then lastly, we have the services offered at our own AA&CC. Firstly, there's employment peer appointments, and it's basically available every weekday from Monday to Friday. You basically book through CLNX, and it's one-on-one appointments where you can get resume and cover letter writing support. There's also job search tips if you're ever in need of that. And we also have Career Cafe, which happens every Tuesday from 11 to 1. And it's basically just discussion based where you can even talk to other peers who come into the session about job search tips that you guys found that might be helpful. And the peers are always there to support you along the way. Yep. And that's basically it for our presentation today. We hope you enjoyed it and have a great day.
Thank you.